Hey guys, it's Mario, and this is, I think, the fourth recording. And what we're showing you here is what happens if our harass doesn't do a lot of damage. You know, what if the Zerg is in a pretty commanding position? So we're gonna just skip past the build order a little bit because it's a pretty long replay. So here we go. Here's a supply depot, and then there's going to be a barracks, and there's going to be a refinery, then there's going to be a supply depot, orbital command, and Reaper. See, everything's in order. Then we're going to scout with the Reaper, then there's going to be a command center, then there's going to be a factory add-on, supply depot on the right side, and then a refinery. So we get the refinery first this time, but we will put the supply depot up here. Here comes the double factory, and let's go ahead and see what we scouted. So we scouted one gas, pretty sure it's speedling, one marine over here killing the overlord. We're getting a second marine. Why? He seems to really want to sacrifice overlords. So we're happy to take advantage of that. Get an extra marine. So we're moving out here with the Hellions. We're pretty sure he has speedling, so we're rallying inside of the base, getting blue flame. Here comes the armory. And here is 6 Hellions. 6 Hellions, pretty good number. And starting our wall. So we see, okay, there is a wall, and we can see right away there is a two evolution chambers and a roach one going down, and there is a third. So we're pretty sure he's opening up roaches, but so far we really weren't able to do any damage, which sucks. But we are producing one extra set of Hellions because we didn't see any roaches yet, and just because, just in case, what we're doing. So here's me being a little bit paranoid. We didn't see any roaches, but we saw the roach ward. Excuse me. We didn't see any roaches, but we saw the roach ward. We really didn't see any zerglings. He's got, just a few. So we're like, well, where is all your, your economy going? And it was in drones, and he's getting a lot of gas now, but we weren't 100% sure. Maybe he was going for like, this hatchery was like a fake, right? So we double scanned him because we didn't see a layer here, so we scanned him here as well. We just want to make sure we know exactly what's going on and if he has a lair. So we saw no lair, so we're 100% positive that it's going to be ground for now, so we are beginning siege tank production. Speed this up a little bit. So we're just running around the map with our Hellions. We're looking for an opportunity. We're making siege tanks and Hellions. You only make the Hellions while you think that there might be an opportunity for pressure. We're just running by, killing some workers. Don't throw them away if you can help it. I'm taking a lot of damage. You don't want to do that. But it ends up being worth it. So we squeeze in here and deal some damage. So we see, okay, once again, just like the last game, we are pretty confident it's going to be ground, and it's a really late layer. So we are going to get the starport. We actually end up making the reactor a little bit late, so we are only getting 1 medevac right now, which is unfortunate. Excuse me, long day. Here's the engineering bay, just in case he switches into Mutalisk, because we know the layer is done. He could be going Mutas now, he could drop his fire. So here come the Thors. So we have 3 siege tank, 2 siege tank, 3 siege tank, pretty good number to defend some roach. Bailing all in with a mix of other units. So here goes the drop. 2 medevacs at a time. Our Hellbats getting some missile turrets. Here's the 1, 2, 3 missile turrets, as stated in previous videos. And the medevacs, and then more Thors, and this Hellbats, plus a 2 attack. So why are we getting Hellbats, more and more Hellbats? Well, we haven't seen too much. We know that he's got a Spire, but we haven't seen Mutalisks out yet. We don't have a lot of gas. Why don't we have a lot of gas? Well, we forgot to put our refineries, or some SCVs in there. So we're just making 1 round of Hellbats to catch up. And that's fine. You can just drop more turrets if you feel like you need them, or whatever. We're able to do some damage. We were able to kill 28 workers with drops and Hellion runs, so we were definitely able to exploit him a little bit, but not enough to really set back his economy as he's grabbing his 4th. We're still on 3 bases. So why did we not drop here? Well, I could have split up the drop, and I probably should have. Back home, we're making Thor Hellbat. Here's the third command center. This is quite late. This is at, it started, what is this, about 13 minutes? So, the third was dropped 2 minutes late. And that's fine. We're still producing workers. We're making a lot of workers. We're gonna get to the third a little bit later, but we're still gonna continue the harass. So, the only thing it's going to really affect is a few specific timings, like we don't have quite the explosion of units that fast, but we also have a lot of units and we have a lot of SCVs, so the moment we transfer it over, we're going to be good. We're still trying to find an opportunity. Notice we're not dropping Hellbat or Thors. Why? Well, because he's got a lot of Mutalisks. And now it comes to the stage like, well, maybe we don't want to be dropping anymore because he's shutting them all down quite easily. So we take our third. We've got a lot of Thors. We still have the original 3 siege tanks, and we've got a lot of Hellbats. Getting another command center because we want to grab our fourth pretty early on because we have a lot of SCVs. And we're going up to 5 factories. We already have a lot of medevacs, so we don't quite need 2 starports just yet. Getting another command center here, this is because of the map. So we want this to be a planetary, and we want this to be a planetary, but we want 3 local. So this is only because of the map. It's a lot of area to defend. So we go attack them. And we're thinking, we're in a pretty good spot. We killed a lot of workers. Maybe we can do some damage. And we have a lot of medevacs, so what we're going to do is attack him and speed boost into the main. If we can control the ramp, that's pretty good. But I guess he saw it coming, which sucks, because we were not able to properly set up. If we were able to properly set up, he would not have been able to break this so easily. He would have lost a lot more. We're trying to save the medevacs, but we end up losing a lot of units. So what are we making back at home? Thors and Hellbats. Why? Because it's just Mutalisk circling Baneling. Against Muta circling Baneling, you don't really need more than Thors and Hellbats, but it also helps to get some Widow Mines. They're pretty good in being defensive and so on, and he's actually killing a lot of workers. He's killed 21 workers, which hurts us a lot. Killing Terran workers hurts a Terran a lot more than the Zerg, because they can make so many, depending on how many you kill. He tries to snipe the third, we have to cancel everything here, we pulled SCVs to save it. And we're just making Thor Hellbat. So we're in a pretty messed up economy right now, but we just, stick to what you need to do, split up some Widow lines, get the Thors, the Hellbats. We're going to send out another drop, maybe try to keep them busy. We're going to transfer some workers down here. Got 35. Way too many. He's got plenty of resources. And he's really good about sniping these drops. Really freaking good at sniping these drops. We see that he's getting the gold. And we just try to do what we can. Try to split this up a little bit. And while that happened, we were able to establish our third and make a lot of Thors. The upgrades are still going. We got +3 on the way. We have a crazy amount of Thors. We have 8 Thors, 9 Hellbats, 2 Medevacs. So a lot of our minerals were going into just Thors, dumping the gas that we had, and then once we're out of gas, it's going to be more Hellbats doing the catch-up game. So now that we have so many Thors and so many Hellbats, and a few medevacs, we're going to move out again. Why? Well, this time we're going to be better prepared. We're not going to lift into the main. We're going to be a little bit extra careful. We see here that he's going in for a Mutalisk run. And if this ever happens, and if you're ever afraid of this, leave some Thors behind. I left 2 behind because I know he's got a large cluster. And I know he's producing more Mutas, so I'm still producing Thor. So anything besides these 2 that I need for defense will come out of the starports themselves. And why are we not just running back? Usually we win a base trade. He needs way more units, and our units are very cost efficient. So we're just going to go ahead and keep killing. We're not concerned. We're just going to use our reinforcements to spawn out the Thors to thin the herd of the Mutalisks, and then he's going to be weaker for our army. Now he got some Hellbats or some Banelings in the mix in between our Thors, and he's able to weaken them a little bit, but we're able to take out this base at the same time we're dropping over here. So we're not concerned about this at all. What we're doing instead is starting to begin like factory production down here. We're attacking over here. We're going to drop some mules for repair, move the weakened Thor over a little bit. And here he comes, and he's taking a lot of damage. But he's able to end up taking this out. He's able to take this out in the end, and the supplies are kind of even. The worker count is definitely even, but he has a gold base. But then I have my fourth base. So actually, since everything is even, I, as the Terran, am ahead. We're producing a lot of missile turrets down here because we know he likes to, sacrifice a lot of Mutalisks into my bases to get an edge. So we're producing some over here. We're leaving a widow mine here, one in the middle on me, just in case he stacks. We're trying to soften the herd. Keep producing Hellbats and Thors. We rocket boosted some Thors into the main real fast because we saw that on the mini map he was coming close to here. We would do the same thing in this direction if we needed. We have some Thors waiting here. So we have a little squad, a medevac, we got battle hellions to kill the Zerglings, and then we're going to use it as a drop. We still got another Hellbat to kill Zerglings. We tried to do a drop over here, keep him busy. We got some Thors, just in case he does a run through. Here comes another medevac. I tried to time them a little bit better apart, but he ends up sniping this one. And we're going to get another command center to take this base, and here we are dropping again. So we're keeping him at home. He's very good at multitasking. Very talented player. Look, the EPM is 132, so that's pretty freaking good. More turrets, and then a planetary over here. So the bigger your stretch, the more planetaries you want. And from here, we're like, okay, we got a lot of Thors, we got a lot of Hellbats. He has the potential to really switch into roaches or some higher tech. So and he's also really likes to suicide a lot of his army. So what we're gonna do is get some widow mines, and they're gonna be helpful in protecting a specific area. So the widow mines, we're gonna put some over here, and then we're gonna get some up here to help defend the gold. So we're getting some turrets in the actual mineral line, and then what we're doing is we're putting the widow mines behind the gas geysers, so they're that much harder to see. Now he's trying to attack over here back in my base, so we're just going to hug the edge and drop Thors right on the edge, because if he tries to magic box this Thor, all of them are fighting, and that allows us to really, shoot better, control a lot more space. So here's another Thor. Here he is. We're just trying to back up, and we're going to go get another Thor, because one is not enough, although these are quite weak. They have a lot of upgrades. And the planetary over here is done. We got the building armor. You kind of want to get that once you're on like 4 bases, 5 bases maybe. We have a lot of widow mines here defending. Another drop going out. Thor's trying to chase away these mutas. He's trying to poke over here, but we're more than fine. He knows he can't go in there. Even if he sacrifices his banelings into here, yeah, I lose the base, but he is not able to take on my army. The moment he does that, I can probably just go and kill him. Ended up saving the medevac, so that's awesome. And now we're kind of combining our units. We're building more turrets down here, not up here, because we have the widow mines. Ever tried right-clicking a widow mine behind a gas geyser? Pretty fucking hard. He's going to have a really hard time trying to do that and take out this base. So we go on attack, and what does the Zerg do? As a good Zerg, he should counterattack, and that's exactly what he's doing. So he's counterattacking where all the turrets are. Unfortunately, not into the widow mine, so we gotta burrow them and reposition them. Keeping the SCVs behind here, attacking over here. We're trying to use the medevac to micro the Thors back and forth, just pull back the weakened ones. We saved these 3, and they're the only ones actually ending up to survive the fight. So that definitely helped. We took out this base, now we're taking out this base, so we're hurting his economy a lot. He's hurting ours quite a bit, but we ended up also killing the Mutalisk cloud. He's lost a lot more resources than we have. He finally ended up playing that, but then we have this base. We drop a crap ton of mules. Look at that income. Crazy. And since we see Ultralisk, we're going to start producing some widow mines as well. Get the missile turrets up just in case. We're trying to save the siege tanks. And we're trying to fit back up in here, but we can't actually make it up. So this sucks. Because he's now up and around almost in our production facility. Regardless of how much income you have, if they can camp your production, you could very easily lose the game. So we're just trying to micro a little bit. We're trying to pull some units back to, contain the damage. Getting the widow mines down below, saving the siege tank. Trying to do as much damage as we can. And at the same time, we are beginning factory production down here. We need more. We need more production. And we know that his economy is a little bit hurt. So this is a lot of what he has. And we're just trying to defend ourselves. Cut down his retreat path. And make sure our expansions are semi-safe. So he's trying to hurt here. We have a lot of widow mines building. Why widow mines and why not like hellbats? Well, if we go hellbats, they aren't that good against Ultralisk, and they can definitely not shoot up. Widow mines are kind of the all-around go-to unit that's really, they're not fast to produce, but they're all-around useful, unless he has like a mass cloud of Zerglings and Banelings, then too many widow mines just get steamed over. There's just not enough, they can just get splashed. But at the same time, if you have them split up, like if the widow mines are clumped together, it's really easy for the Zerg to take them out with Banelings. If they aren't clumped together, it can be a lot harder for the Zerg. So in this case, we're trying to kill the Overseer. We're trying to target fire it. We were trying to get more and more widow mines, and then once the danger of this is that he gets a lot of Zerglings to take the mine shots, and then he sends in the heavy units as well. That's something to be concerned about. So we kind of lose the main, but we still have these widow mines here containing these Ultralisks. We don't want them on their own. We got the medevac of a Hellbat, but he ended up killing that because that's a shame, because we could kill so many Zerglings with that, because they one-shot the Zerglings around the command center. And yeah, normally we wouldn't be making this many widow mines right now, although I'm a really big fan of widow mines. I think they have a lot of untapped potential. We would still be ideally making like Thor Hellbat and then Widow Mine. So Thor and Hellbat would be the core army. The Widow Mine are there more to pack a punch towards the Ultralisks, because they do quite a lot of initial damage. We're trying to save these. And he's coming in with lots of Zerglings, so he's almost out of resources, and he's making Swarm House. That's good. You don't want to use these against Swarm House if you can help it. They can do some micro-NC. Look, he's got such a long cooldown. He's able to clean it up. We're doing some damage here. But now that we see a bunch of Zerglings, we're making some Hellions. So now our composition is like Hellion Widowmine to counteract what he's going. The Hellions are there to stop him from absorbing the shots with the Zerglings, and then the Widowmines are there to back up the Hellions. And we also needed more starports. We needed to begin Viking production. What if he goes for Broodlords? We're not quite sure the tech he has, and so forth. We're pretty confident we have a large army. We're very stable. So we go and attack, and then we notice, we look over here and we're like, oh crap, he's got Swarm Host. But Hellions aren't terrible against Swarm Host with the Locusts if they're in smaller numbers. So we kind of just burrow the Widow Mines to deal as much damage as we can, and then scan. Oh, this one was out of position, damn. Because that was a low HP one, right? Oh, there's two of them. So this is his last resources. He's got this space and this space. And once we're like, okay, we can just run away from that army, and do some economic damage, we go ahead, target fire the workers. We have to restart an armory because we were not able to transform. Now, I guess we never actually researched that. No, that's the one thing we never actually researched, which is a shame. But that's just one way you can deal with this Zerg. It's kind of a long match, and I wanted to show you guys the end of it. But if they just stick on like Mutalisk, Zergling Baneling, you can make a lot of Thor, help Batman of that, kind of stretch him out, split up your army a little bit, the Thor soak up a lot of damage, and throw in some Widow Mines. Why Widow Mines? Well, in case he tech changes to anything else, and then if he tries to magic box your Thors, he is also going to have to fly into Widow Mines, which does a lot of damage to Mutalisks. So, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, Mutalisk Zergling Baneling equals Thor Hellbat Slight Widow Mine. Bye, everyone.